Hello everyone. So is my sound audible to you? Yes. Anyone? Anyone can say, is my sound audible to you? आता इथे म्यूट दे. क्रॉस असेल तर आणि क्रॉस केला नाही. हा म्हणजे अनम्यूट केलं. आणि बोल. Okay. Yes, here. So you mute your audible first. Okay. Now, in this session of our subject, engineering mathematics first, we have to learn their basic fundamentals. Those already you have studied in the 12th standard. Okay. So, what kind of basic fundamentals you have studied there in 12th standard? So, these basic fundamentals in this lecture, I want to share here. Now, first point in our fundamental is that definition and graph of trigonometric functions. Okay, and this is most important to use here in their first year engineering. Now, first of all, how to find the polar form of equations. Suppose you are taking their any point which is in rectangular coordinate system, that is p of xy, on their boundary of circle as shown in their figure. You see that figure, and m of xy is a point. Now in this point, do you get their meaning of x? Yes, you got it, their meaning of x. Yes, anyone? Yes, anyone? X means what? Distance of point with respect to y. And then y means what? Distance of point with respect to x. You got it? That same point? So here in our subject, you should have their understanding for both kind of concepts, that is algebra and geometry. And if you know these things for their concept, definitely you are enjoying their subject of mathematics. Am I right? So, तर या ठिकाणी बघा, हा पॉइंट पी ऑफ एम ऑफ एक्स वाय हा आपण बाउंड्री ऑफ सर्कल वरती घेतलेला आहे. सो एक्स चं मिनिंग तुम्हाला समजलेलं असेल. तो एक्स इज डिस्टन्स ऑफ पॉइंट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y and y is distance of point with respect to x. Okay, actually this point is in a rectangular coordinate system. Okay, and do you know the equation of circle, simple equation of circle? So x square plus y square is equals to r square. It means that the equation of circle x square plus y square is equals to r square is in rectangular coordinate system. Now, if we join that point m of xy with respect to origin, you got it in figure, you see there, and get the radius vector. Okay, अगर आप लोगों को ये रेडियस वेक्टर मिल रहा है, तो रेडियस वेक्टर किसके साथ साथ एंगल बनाता है? एक्स एक्सिस के साथ, दैट इज कॉल्ड अल्फा. सो r is the radius vector made by the angle alpha in anticlockwise direction with x-axis, and then to apply the trigonometric ratios on angle alpha. So what is that sine alpha? Sine alpha is what? Front side divided by, yes, hypotenuse. That is what? Y by r. Now what is that cos alpha? cos alpha is that, yes, it is ratio of adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Okay, so x upon r is there. And what about that tan alpha? Tan alpha is what? Yes, do you know? Front side divided by adjacent side, that is y by x. And you know, they are cot, sec, and cosec. So these are these secondary trigonometric ratios. So main trigonometric ratios are sine alpha, cos alpha, and tan alpha. So tan gives us the relation between sine and cos. So in trigonometry, sine alpha and cos alpha are the kings of their whole trigonometric formulas. Okay. So see here. So what you are getting for x, x is r cos alpha and y is equal to r sin alpha. And these two satisfy the equation of circle, that is x square plus y square is equal to r square. Hence, x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta are called the circular functions. Okay. Now, you know, here, will you find the value of r? What is that value of r? How you get that value of r? Yes, anyone? So r is nothing but the length of hypotenuse, that is diagonal here in right angle triangle. So r can be evaluated by distance formula or by Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So here in right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem said that hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of adjacent sides. That is x square plus y square is r square. And then r is what? Root of x square plus y square. It is magnitude of that radius vector of point M of xy with respect to origin. Is my point clear? Yes. Now then to find their alpha. So what is that alpha? So this will get by using, yes, tangent trigonometric ratio. So tan alpha is y by x, means alpha is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Okay. So when you substitute their x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta, their point M of xy will converts into polar coordinate system. And what are the coordinates of their point M of r theta? So M of r theta, you have defined that point algebraically, not geometrically. Do you get their meaning of r? R is distance of point with respect to origin. And alpha is what? Alpha is angle, that is theta. Alpha is the angle made by radius vector in anticlockwise direction with x-axis. Okay. Now you come in their next slide, that is the sinusoid function and cosine function. Now you see here. So every time you are using there y is equal to sin x. Y is equal to sin x means what? It is simple function. It is simple real function here. Whereas sin x will varies from -1 to +1. हे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. आता sin x हे जे फंक्शन आहे त्याचा ग्राफ हा आपल्याला कसा दिसेल तर या पद्धतीने त्या फिगर मध्ये दाखवलेला आहे. So y is equal to sin x. It is function first algebraically, and then we get there, yes, the zigzag function or the geometrical interpretation of that signal in this fashion. Okay, so we get this by substituting value of x from, yes, minus pi, then minus pi by 2, 0, pi by 2, then pi. Also 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. But in sinusoid signal, we get their complete cycle, whereas x runs from 0 to 2 pi z. समजलं का? आपल्याला कंप्लीट सायकल कुठे मिळते बघ. ही हाफ साइड आहे अप्पर साइडची, ही लोअर साइडला काय, ही सुद्धा हाफ साइड आहे. आणि हे दोन्ही कंबाईन केलं तर आपल्याला काय मिळतं? येस, एक्स कसा रन होईल या सायकल मध्ये तर 0 to 2 pi असा रन होतो. येस, एक्स विल रन्स फ्रॉम 0 to 2 pi. इट्स व्हेरी सिंपल, नो डाऊट. कळलं का? तर एक्सच्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही व्हॅल्यू 0 पाय बाय 2 पाय 3 पाय बाय 2 2 पाय जर टाकलं तर तुम्हाला काय मिळू शकतं, कम्प्लीट सायकल मिळते. इट इज फ्रॉम 0 to 2 पाय. Now, next signal is what? The cosine function. Yeah, cosine signal is there. Every function is signal, you know. So in cosine signal, so cosine will runs from -1 to +1. -1 to +1. बघा. तर इकडे आपण काय सबस्टिट्यूट करतो, तर x इज इक्वल टू -π/2 टाका. x -π/2 टाकला तर cos of -π/2 काय मिळते? What is that cos of -π/2? Cos of minus theta is cos theta. Is that clear? अरे समजते की नाही? You got it ना? मग cos of -π/2 is cos π/2 and cos of π/2 their value is 0. So in our discussion, I have taken there only two signals, that is trigonometric functions, that is sine and cos. Why? Because these two acts as a kings of our whole trigonometry. Okay, that whole trigonometry is totally based on sine and cosine function. Okay, so आता बघा x च्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही काय टाकलं, -π/2. cos of -π/2 काय भेटणार आहे, cos π/2 and cos π/2 is 0. So we get this point on yes negative x axis. बरोबर आहे ना. आता x is 0 टाका म्हणजे cos 0 का व्हॅल्यू क्या होता है, it is 1 and then substitute x is π/2, cos of π/2 it is 0. So remaining values we can take by adding their π/2 every time to the left या right side. Okay, -π/2, then -π, -3π/2, π/2, pi, and then 2 pi. Now here in this signal, yes, we get their complete cycle also. It is from -π/2 to 2 pi is there. Okay, is it clear? See here. Now then this signal will varies or runs from -1 to +1. बघा -1 पासून +1 मध्ये काय होतो तो रन. Now it is also a symmetrical signal. So if you are considering the graph of cosine signal between -π/2 to +π/2, to the left of yes y, that is from 0 to -π/2, that amount of signal is same as that of their signals to the right of y-axis, that is from 0 to π/2. Means this signal is also symmetrical. Okay, but you come in their sinusoid signal. Is that sinusoid signal symmetrical to y or x axis? No, it is not symmetrical to x or y axis, but it is symmetrical to origin. So these kind of characteristics we have to study here in both the signals. Okay, that is sine signal and cosine signal. Is my points clear? Yes. Anybody has doubt? Yes. If you have doubt, you can ask. If you have doubt, you can ask. Okay. Yes. Now then third one is tangent function. So y is equals to tan x. It is also function, but we can express in the form of signal. The value of x should not be a 2k plus 1 into π/2, where tan x will runs from -infinity to +infinity. Okay, see here, when you substitute x is 0, when you substitute x is 0, tan of 0, it is 0. But when you substitute there x is π/2, what is that tan of π/2? Yes, anyone? What is that tan of π/2? Do you know that?
Not defined.
Yes, yes, not defined. Yes, it is correct. Yes, you are correct. So not defined, that is infinity. And this value, that is distance, we get on y-axis. बरोबर आहे ना. आता मला सांगा, तुम्ही x इज इक्वल टू काय टाकला, -infinity टाकला. तर tan of minus infinity is what is that tan of minus theta? काय असणार सांगा रे? Tan of minus theta काय असेल? What is that tan of minus theta? Yes, tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Do you know? Cos of minus theta, cos theta. Sin of minus theta, minus sin theta. Tan of minus theta, minus tan theta. Is it clear? So when you substitute there x is minus infinity, tan of minus infinity is minus tan of infinity. And tan of, yes, see here. So when you substitute there x is pi by 2, tan of pi by 2 is infinity. And when you substitute there x is minus pi by 2, not minus infinity. So minus pi by 2. So tan of minus pi by 2, it is minus tan pi by 2. And you know tan of pi by 2 is infinity. So it is minus infinity. It is minus infinity. So minus infinity is a distance on y-axis. It lies on negative side of that side. Okay. So we get there the angle minus pi by 2 and then plus pi by 2. But you know this signal is also symmetrical to origin. You will say no. You come to the left or right side. Okay. Left or right side. See here. Now then minus pi by 2. What is that minus pi by 2? Their value of minus pi by 2. Tan of minus pi by 2. It is also minus infinity. It is also on tan of minus pi by 2. Ye minus pi by 2. Okay. So then at minus pi, tan of minus pi, it is minus tan pi. Tan pi is 0. Then minus 3 pi by 2, it is minus infinity. Yes, you got it. तर तुम्हाला अशा टाईपनं काय मिळतो हा ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन मिळतो कशाचं तर टँजंट फंक्शन. नाउ हियर इन दिस you have to study the 2 more concepts in our subject. And what are these? They are very important. What are the concepts? Algebra and geometry. Otherwise you will say I am doing their calculations only. It's not a mathematics. Mathematics is that the combination of algebra and geometry. If you are understanding in these 2 ways, means yes, definitely will get that clear understanding. Okay. Now you come in there next. Now in quadrant, so there are 4 more quadrant in 2-dimensional plane. Am I right? So in the first quadrant, only sign is positive. Do you know that simple sentence to keep in mind? Their which trigonometry ratio, their value with respect to that quadrant. Okay, see here. Add sugar to copy. First letter is what? A. Add मध्ये पहिलं letter काय आलं? A. Means A means what? All trigonometric ratios are positive in first quadrant. Means what? Sin, cos, tan, sec, cosec, cot. These all are also positive in first quadrant. Do you know which is that negative in second quadrant? Add sugar to copy. Sugar मधला कोणता असेल? S. S is what? Sin. So only sin is positive. Only sin is positive in second quadrant. Which one? Their next trigonometry ratio is also positive. Yes. Yes. Now here in this space, only sine and cosec are positive. Am I right? Because cosec is related with sine and sine is related with cosec. Am I right? Means these 2 are positive. So here in this shaded region of this circle, these 2 trigonometry ratios are positive. Am I right? So add sugar to copy. आता 2 मध्ये आलो आपण, third quadrant. T means what? Tangent. Only, yes, only tan trigonometry ratio is positive in third quadrant. When tan is positive, definitely cot is positive because cot is related with tan. And their reverse also. Means in this shaded portion, that is in first quadrant as well as in third quadrant, these 2 trigonometry ratios are positive. ऍड शुगर टू कॉपी. कॉपी म्हटल्यानंतर त्याच्यातलं सी घ्या. सी मीन्स ऑट कॉस. सो कॉस इज पॉझिटिव्ह इन लास्ट क्वाड्रंट. What is that relation of cos with sec? Means 1 by cos is sec. So sec and cos, these two are positive here in, yes, right half of that circle. So this is what right half. This is upper half. ये lower half होता है. ये left half होगा. Now, yes, you got it. In this way, you keep in mind. So only to keep in mind their sentence, add sugar to coffee or all silver teacups. So first let us define the trigonometry ratios which are positive in their respective quadrant. You got it? Yes? अरे समजलं का? समजलं का? Yes?
Yes, sir.
समजलं का? बोला. मी
yes.
सुरुवातीपासून हे फंडामेंटल क्लिअर करणार आहे, तरच आपण पुढे जाऊ.
Yes, sir.
आणि हे जर तुमच्याकडे क्लिअर नसतील तर आपण पुढे काहीही करू शकत नाही. लक्षात घ्या. मला वाटतं मे बी यू हॅव स्टडीड दॅट सेम इन विच स्टँडर्ड? येस, एनीवन कॅन यू रिमाइंड इन विच स्टँडर्ड यू हॅव स्टडीड दॅट सेम?
11th.
11th standard. Yes, absolutely, you are correct. Also where at secondary, huh? You studied. Another trigonometric function of common angles. How to construct value of trigonometry ratios at different angles. And what are the different angles? That is, they are standard angles we are using in our regular calculations. So angle is what? 0. So alpha raised to 0 means what? It is in degree. And alpha rad is alpha angle is radian. So we have the degree and radian. मग काय असेल? 0 degree, 0 radian. 30 degree. 30 degree means how? Pi by 6 radian. Okay. Is my sound audible to you? Yes, everyone? Okay, see there. Now, we have to find the values of trigonometry ratios at different angles. And which are the standard angle? Standard angles are 30, 45, 60, and then 90. Which are expressed in the form of radian, that is pi by 6. Okay. Then pi by 4 means pi is what? Their value is 180. So 180 by 4, that is 45. And then next is what? 60, that is pi by 3, and then pi by 2. So these are in radian, and their figures shows in their first column. They are in degree. Okay. Now to find their values of sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. So we can construct these values only by using their simple techniques. First, you have to write their 0 in first row, then second row 1, then third row 2, next row 3, and then in the last row 4. Divide every 1 by 4. Okay, and take root of every elements in their rows. So root of 0 upon 4. 0 upon 4, it is 0. Root of 0 is 0. Then 1 by 4. The root is what? 1 by 2. Then 2 upon 4. That is 1 by 2. And what is their root? It is 1 by root 2. So root 2 by 2 means what? It is 1 by root 2. Now then 3 upon 4 means what? Root of 3 upon 4. That is root of 3 upon 2. And then last one is what? 4 upon 4, that is 1. And root of 1 is 1. So these are, yes, these are the values for sine. Now, if you write these values in reverse manner, the पहला value क्या होता है? 0, right at their end. So 0. Then 1 by 2. Then, yes, root of 2 by 2 means it is not 1 by root. Root of 3 by 2, root of 3 by 2. And then 1. So, we are getting their values for cos. And what is cos? Tan. Yes. What is for tan? So sine upon cos, it is tan. Take ratio of their values for sine and cos with their respective angles. Okay. So 0 upon 1, it is 0. So 1 by 2 upon root of 3 by 2, it is 1 by root 3. Then root of 2 upon root of 2, it is 1. Okay. So root of 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2, it is root 3. And 1 by 0, it is infinity. We'll find their values for trigonometry ratios cot, that is cot alpha. You write their values of tan alpha in reverse order. So what is that? The end value you write is at first stage. Okay, that is infinity. Now then what is next? Root of 3. इकडे सुद्धा काय आलं? Root of 3. नंतर काय असेल? 1. 1 by root 3. And then last one is what? 0. You got it that same? Now then what? Sec alpha. And what is that sec alpha? Sec means what? 1 by, yes? What is that sec alpha? It is 1 by cos alpha. Alright na? Mata 1 by cos alpha means take reciprocal for their values of cos alpha. That is 1 upon 1, it is 1. 1 by root 3 upon 2 means what? 2 upon root 3. Yes? 1 upon root 2 आहे ना? त्याचा reciprocal काय असेल? Root of 2 असेल. 1 by 1 by 2, that is 2. And 1 by 0, it is असणार आहे infinity. 0 by 1, it is 0. But 1 by 0, it is not defined. That is infinity. Alright. Now, if you want their values of cosec alpha, write them in, yes, reverse order. So their end value you write is on first place. Okay. So this is what the table for the values of trigonometry ratios at standard angle, that is 0, 30, 45, 60, and then 90. Okay. Now we go to their next, that is most important formulas in trigonometric ratios. What is that first identity in trigonometry ratio? Yes, anyone? What is that first identity in trigonometry ratio? Sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. What is that next? 1 plus tan square alpha is sec square alpha. Means what? Sec square alpha minus tan square alpha is 1. Then third one is what? 1 plus cot square alpha is cosec square alpha. Means cosec square alpha minus cot square alpha is 1. And these trigonometric ratios are known to you. So these are the basic trigonometric ratios. Okay. Yes, anybody has doubt to get their understanding? Okay, see here. Now to construct here, the half angle formula. You know, sin alpha is what? Plus minus root of 1 minus cos square alpha. We have constructed this formula from sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. So what is that sin alpha? Sin square alpha is 1 minus cos square alpha. And what is that sin alpha? Square means what? It has two values. Am I right? So plus minus root of 1 minus cos square alpha. Do you know that formula for 1 minus cos alpha? It is 2 sin square alpha. Means 2 will cancel. It is also written as 2 cos square alpha by 2 minus 5 by 4 minus 1. Alright. So as usual, we are using their formula of sin alpha in terms of tan, not to use their last two formulas. Am I right? So we are using their first formula. So how to express their sin alpha in terms of tan? So you know here, what is that sin 2 alpha? Do you know that sin 2 alpha? Okay, see here. We'll discuss that these formulas from multiple after studying their multiple angle formula. Okay, multiple angle formula. Okay. Now next to study here the addition, subtraction, and product formulas in trigonometry ratios. So these formulas are already known to you. Alright ना? हे तुम्ही study केलेले आहात. लक्षात घ्या. Sin of alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus sin beta cos alpha. Sin alpha minus beta is sin alpha cos beta minus sin beta cos alpha. Okay. And then for cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. And then cos alpha minus beta is what? Cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. Now, these are the addition and subtraction formulas in trigonometric ratios, and they are also important. Now, if you have their addition and subtraction angle formulas in trigonometric ratios, we can construct the product of trigonometric ratios into sum and difference. Okay, see here, when you add their first two formulas, so what you are getting? Sin alpha, if you are adding here, sin alpha sin beta, no? Sin alpha sin beta means what? Subtract the last from second last. Means cos alpha minus beta minus cos of alpha minus beta. Cos of alpha plus beta minus cos of alpha minus beta. So what is that? From that subtraction, you will get this formula. That is sin alpha sin beta is cos alpha minus beta minus cos of alpha plus beta upon 2. Now when you add their last two formulas, so after adding their minus and plus, these two terms will cancel because they are same but having opposite sign. Okay. So cos alpha cos beta is cos of alpha minus beta plus cos of alpha plus beta upon, yes, 2 is there. And what is for next? You add their first two formulas. That is sin alpha cos beta plus sin alpha cos beta means 2 times. And their last two will become say 0 because they are same having opposite signs. Okay. So sin alpha cos beta is sin of alpha minus beta plus sin of alpha plus beta upon 2. Okay. So there are two more formulas in the tangent trigonometric ratio. That is tan of alpha plus beta is tan alpha plus tan beta upon 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. Okay. And what is that next? Tan alpha minus beta is tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus tan alpha tan beta. Okay. Yes. Anybody has doubt to get their understanding? अरे हे समजतं की नाही? Okay. समजतं का? Ah, yes. अरे समजतं का? So these are also important. Okay. Okay, see the next. Multiple and half angle formulas. If you know their addition and subtraction formulas for trigonometry ratios, with respect to that, we can find their multiple and half angle formula. Sine of 2 alpha. So this formula, yes, is to be obtained by using their addition formula. How it is? See there. If you are not knowing there, or if, if, if you are not reminding that formula, so we can construct this formula within fraction of second. See that. Sine of 2 alpha means what? Sine of alpha plus alpha. And do you know that formula of sine of alpha plus beta? Use that. So sine of 2 alpha is what? 2 sine alpha into cos alpha. Okay. Cos of 2 alpha is what? Cos of alpha plus alpha. Use their addition formula. So cos square alpha minus sine square alpha. So it can be expressed in the form of sine, yeah, cos once again. So cos square alpha means what? 1 minus sine square alpha. So it is also written as 1 minus 2 sine square alpha. Okay. And when you write there 1 minus cos square alpha in place of sine square alpha, to get their cos square alpha minus. Okay. Then tan of 2 alpha means what? Tan of alpha plus alpha. Use their addition formula. These formulas are obtained by using their addition and subtraction formula. Okay. So tan of 2 alpha is what? 2 tan alpha upon 1 minus tan square alpha. How it is, you know, tan of 2 alpha is what? Alpha plus alpha, that is tan alpha plus tan alpha upon 1 minus tan alpha into tan. Okay. You got it? Yes. So 2 tan alpha upon 1 minus tan square alpha. And then next formula is there 2 upon cot alpha minus tan. So we are not using this formula. So as usual, we are using the formula of 2 and 2 tan alpha minus 1 minus tan square. Now construct their sine alpha in terms of tan. Yes, how you construct that formula? You know here sine to alpha. Can you find their half angle formula? Dividing angle by 2 on both the sides. So what you are getting? Sine alpha is 2 sine alpha by 2 into cos alpha. And their denominator is what? 1. 1 means what? Will you express that in the form of half angle? Yes. That is sine square alpha by 2 plus cos square alpha by 2. And dividing, yes, numerator and denominator by cos square alpha by 2. On simplifying, yes, what will you get there? 2 tan alpha by 2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha by 2. Okay. What is that next? Cos alpha. अगर एक cos alpha है तो cos alpha का फॉर्मूला आप कैसे बना सकते हैं? How you construct that formula for cos alpha? So dividing angle by 2 on both the sides. So cos alpha is cos square alpha by 2 minus sin square alpha by 2 upon cos square alpha by 2 plus sin square alpha by 2. And dividing numerator and denominator by cos square alpha by 2. So get there by, yes, 1 minus tan square alpha by 2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha by 2. Okay. Will you construct their half angle formula for tan? Dividing their 2 to their angle on both the sides. So tan alpha is 2 tan alpha by 2 upon 1 minus tan square alpha by 2. So these are the multiple as well as half angle formulas. Alright na? Yes. अरे समजतं का? हे समजलं का तुम्हाला? तर हे फॉर्म्युला इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. If you make your the fundamental strong, so then yes, you can use to solve their problems. Their fundamental of our subject should be strong. So for this purpose, I am discussing with you their basic things. Okay. Now then what? Sine 3 alpha. How you construct for this formula for sine 3 alpha? Sine 3 alpha, also we use their addition formula. Sine of 2 alpha plus alpha. And do you know that formula of sine 2 alpha? It is 2 sine alpha cos alpha. And express all terms in the form of sine. On simplifying, you will get the 3 sine alpha minus 4 sine cube alpha. Okay. So which is that next? Cos of 3 alpha. The cos of 3 alpha आपण कसं construct करतो सांगा? Cos 3 alpha is what? Cos of 2 alpha plus alpha. Be careful, you will hear this. So cos of 2 alpha plus alpha. Cos of 2 alpha, it is cos square alpha minus sin square alpha. And express all terms in the form of cos with the help of cos identity in trigonometric ratio. So what is that? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. Okay? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, it is 1. And on simplifying, what will be there? 4 cos cube alpha minus 3 cos alpha. One more is there, tan of 3 alpha. Tan of 3 alpha, yes, will you construct this formula? So tan of 3 alpha means what? Tan 2 alpha plus alpha. Use their addition. And there tan 2 alpha is what? 2 tan alpha upon 1 minus tan square alpha. Okay. So on simplifying, you will get there 3 tan alpha minus tan cube alpha upon 1 minus 3 tan square alpha. Okay. Now one more is that, what is that 1 plus cos of 2 alpha? Is 2 cos square alpha. And 1 minus cos of alpha, it is 2 sin square alpha. These two you have studied in their previous. Okay. So will you find their half angle formula for these two? So 1 plus cos alpha is 2 cos square alpha by 2 and 1 minus cos alpha is 2 sin square alpha by 2. Okay. 2 sin square alpha by 2. Is it clear? See here. Sin alpha is or 2 tan alpha by 2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha. Will you express that cos alpha in terms of tan once again? Yes. Root of 1 minus sin square alpha. It is cos alpha. And then, yes. What is that next? So 1 minus tan square alpha by 2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha by 2. What is that tan? It can be written in the form of S. Sin by cos means or plus minus root of sec square alpha minus 1. Okay. So it is also written as 2 tan alpha by 2 upon 1 plus tan square alpha by 2. So these formulas are there in half angle and angle as well as multiple angle. Okay. You see it. Now, next to know here the relation of hyperbolic functions. What is that? Imaginary unit. Imaginary unit is I, and I is what? Root of minus 1. Okay. आता I काय असतो? Root of minus 1 असतो. That is called the Euler number या imaginary number. बरोबर ना? मग I ची specific value काय असते? तर root of minus 1. And this is designed by, yes, Euler. Okay. So I is equals to root of minus 1. Will you get the relation between trigonometric and hyperbolic function? Yes. What actual relation between them? Sine of ix. Sine is a trigonometric function, but having this complex term. And what is that relation with hyperbolic? I sine hyperbolic x. Now then tan of ix. It is what? I into tan hx. What is that? Cos ix. Cos ix is cos ix is what? Cos hx. And then cot ix means what? 1 by tan ix. That is 1 by I is what? Minus. You get the meaning of 1 by I is minus. 1 upon I म्हणजे काय रे? Imaginary. That is complex imaginary number. So how you remove that imaginary number from denominator? It can be removed by using rationalization. And what is happening in the rationalization? Yes, anyone? Multiply and divide by complex conjugate. And which is that complex conjugate of minus I? Multiply and divide both these by, yes, minus I means minus I upon minus I square. What is that I square? I square is minus 1 and minus become plus. So to get the meaning of I, it is minus I. Okay. Then sec ix. Sec means what? 1 by cos ix, and cos ix is cos hx. So actually this formula is not there, but you keep in mind cos of ix is cos hx. So 1 by cos is sec hx. Now then cosec ix. Cosec means what? 1 by sin ix, and 1 by sin ix, 1 by, yes, 1 by sin ix. Sin ix is I, sin hx means 1 by is minus I, and 1 by sin means what? Cosec is there. Am I right? Sin and sin. Sin is a trigonometric function, but sin is a hyperbolic function. Cos is trigonometric, but cos is hyperbolic. You got it? Yes. So we'll discuss in detail these kind of relations of circular with hyperbolic in topic of complex number. Okay. But at least you should know what actual relation between them. Okay. Are there doubts? Yes. Are there doubts in this connection? Are there doubts I have done? So I am taking only here simple and also interesting things. All right. These are simple. So do their practice by writing. You read there first and then to write number of times. And from this way, you will get their best understanding. Okay. Yes. Now what is that next? Algebra. So now in algebra, you have to study there some formulas. They are in the form of expansions. So simple expansions are there for real numbers. ABC. So a square minus b square is a plus b a minus b. A cube minus b cube is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. And then a cube plus b cube is not a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. So these formulas should known to you. Okay. So a minus b whole square is a square minus twice ab plus b square. So it is also same. Then a minus b whole cube. But is what a cube minus thrice a square b plus thrice ab square minus b cube. And for plus, you know, all terms will be positive. Okay. Now, but these all expansion will get by using the general form. That is called the binomial expansion. Okay. Binomial expansion. What is that next formula? A plus b plus c whole square. First, you take the square of every term. That is a square plus b square plus c square, and plus twice into in bracket product of first two, then last two, and then addition with product of first and last. That is twice AB plus twice AC plus twice BC. But these formulas will get by using their general formula called as the binomial formula. And what is that binomial formula? Yes, A plus B raised to N. It is by using, yes, the combination terms. And you know already their combination terms in statistics, that is in probability. Combination and permutation. Am I right? Combination of n things taken r at a time. What formula is there? N factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So introduction of that topic, you know, and already same in there at 12th standard level. So it is expanded in the form nc0 a raised to n plus nc1 a raised to n minus 1 into b plus nc2 a raised to n minus 2 into b square plus and so on n minus 1 ab raised to n minus 1 plus and so on ncn b raised to n into e. How to keep in mind this formula? Okay, those indexes there in addition form of expression. So keep as it is in first. Initially, you have to take that 0. What is that first term? A. So give their index which is given in their expansion as it is to their first term. But what is index of second term? Index of second terms will be 0. That is b raised to 0. Actually, there is not a b raised to 0, but there is term of b raised to 0. And what is that b raised to 0? It is 1, of course. How you are getting there 1? Any base index 0, it is 1 by index law. Okay. Plus nc1. Their index of first term will decrease by 1. That is n minus 1. And their second term, their index will increase by 1. Means in the first term, their index of b got 0. But in second term, their index of b will be 1. Okay. Now in their next, nc2. That is a raised to n minus 2 into b raised to 2. Means what? Index of e will, yes, decrease by 1. And their second term will increase by 1. That is a raised to n minus 2 into b square plus and so on plus eb raised to n minus 1. Now in their last term, their index of e is 0 and their index of b is of n. Means their expansions will start from a raised to n and end at b raised to n. Now you come in the previous step, or you see there a minus b whole square is what? A square minus twice ab plus b square. You observe in this expansion. The index is 2. That should be there in first term as well as in their last term. If not, your expansion is wrong. You got it, my point? Yes? Is it clear? हे असलंच पाहिजे तरच आपलं एक्सपान्शन काय असतं, करेक्ट असतं. जो इंडेक्स तुम्हाला दिलेला आहे ऍडिशन किंवा सबस्ट्रॅक्शनच्या एक्सप्रेशन मध्ये, तो इंडेक्स तुमचा फर्स्ट आणि लास्ट टर्म मध्ये असलाच पाहिजे. जर नसेल तर एक्सपान्शन काय असतं, रॉंग असतं. दॅट इज आवर सिंपल ऑब्झर्वेशन. ओके. तसं बायनॉमियल मध्ये काय असणार बघा, ए रेस टू एन, nc0 का व्हॅल्यू 1 होतं. Yes, you can find. There nc0 means what? N factorial by 0 factorial into n minus 0 factorial. And do you know their value of 0 factorial? What is that value of 0 factorial? Yes. What is that value of 0 factorial? It is 1. And 1 factorial is 1. Okay. So a plus b raised to n. One has asked their query. They're in last second term of this expansion. Yes, I clear here. So nc n minus 1 I will. nc n minus 1. Yes, correct. No doubt. To clear there. So nc n minus 1 is a raised to 1 and b raised to n minus 1 plus. Now in next term, their index of first term will decrease by 1. Already there is 1. How you reduce? Yeah, decrease by 1 means what? A raised to 1 minus 1. That is a raised to 0 असणार. And e raised to 0 काय असतो? 1 असतो. Correct? Okay. At the same time, their index of second term will increase by 1. Means plus 1. म्हणजेच काय? b raised to n minus 1 plus 1. That is b raised to n असणार. लक्षात आलं? मग this is what? The binomial expansion. Okay. This is the binomial expansion. You got it there? The understanding about their trigonometry ratios, multiple product and expansion. So actually, there are 1300 mathematical formulas, 1300 formulas. But I have taken only useful formulas hmm, for our subject, not a extraordinary formulas. Okay. Yes. Anybody has doubt? Array, you talk with me.